I sit and wonder at the world tonight. I never know how it will be. We see it all in black and white.
Yeah, okay. Hi all, we're back to it this week after last week's excursion, intermission, whatever you used to call it, back to the boat build. And you know what's going on at the moment is that, as you know, I've got all of the boat primered, undercoated, epoxy primer sealer barrier, and I'm now getting ready to get top coat on. And you might think it's just a case of putting it on, but in fact there are quite a few things need doing before I can get the top coat on. And one of those things was that around the tow rail I had various screw holes that needed sealing, so I went around and plugged all of those. And then the goal after that was to get the woodwork varnished, and perhaps not completely varnished. I always put 8 coats of, I use FFA's varnish, I like to put 8 coats on minimum. So as it stands now, I've got 5 coats on this woodwork, on the raised deck, main deck woodwork. I've also varnished the trim around the anchor box. And as you may well notice there, Kerry, also another thing that needed doing was the painting of lockers. The anchor box inside is painted, the aft deck lockers have been painted. So that was all an important thing to do. Getting ready for this top coat. The plan, back over here, the plan for the top coat is that the decks will be white, and I've got the normal white gloss, which will be for this section be a fairly thin stripe either side, and then a panel, one big panel of non-slip, which will be a kind of satin finish non-slip all the way through there. So I should gloss a strip around the edge, both sides, up here of course, round the corners, and then a big non-slip panel up there. The middle section will be glossed, and that side will mirror this side. On the fore deck, same thing, it will be some non-slip panels and some gloss around the edges of those. So it's quite a lot of work, but the paint is here. This raised deck is now ready to go. Should be getting some paint on that soon. And at the moment I'm working on the aft deck. We could go and have a quick look at that now. So yeah, the aft deck, lots of things being got ready here. I've sanded and I'm varnishing the main or the entrance hatchway. I've also prepped and filled the lazarette hatch, and as you can tell, painted that framework. The actual lazarette hatch itself is varnished, so when it's on there you don't see much of this paintwork, but in the process of getting that ready to go. Looking okay. Sanded up this rail here that's across the aft end of the cockpit. That's ready for varnish. And then the other thing I did, I cut this hole here, which will be this shore power connection that will go in there like that. About there. It's a lovely shore power connection. Let me show you it. The suppliers here don't have many options really, and this is a Master Volt shore power connection. Very beautiful, nicely sealed. Scarily expensive really. Also laid around in here, got these cockpit drains, scuppers that will be going in the corners of the cockpit here. Need to get 2 more for actually in the cockpit, or possibly 1 in the middle. Either 2, 1 or 2 more at the very least. And they will be all connected in together below decks, so that they come out the side through some through holes. But they look very nice, stainless steel cockpit scuppers, beautiful. Let me hold it up closer to the camera. Beautiful. Aren't they nice? Yeah, 2 of them ready to go in. So that's what we're doing, prepping this. As I say, fore deck is ready, raised deck is ready, aft deck not quite yet. Getting there. It's a lot of work. As I say, preparing all the woodwork so that I can get the top coat on. Another job needed doing was the rubbing strake here, rub rail. Needed a sand up and a finish. There will be, as I've said many a time, there will be another layer of wood on here, probably with a D section, but the top and bottom particularly needed a finish. I just sealed that to seal it. But yeah, cleaned it up, varnished it, and we're ready for top coat on most of it. Yeah, a couple of things going on in here. The hatch turtle, obviously, and you remember I put this rail on last time. I think it was last time, and I wanted to make sure that it's seriously solid. So I put some stainless bolts through there, nuts and bolts, and cut plugs to plug the holes. I've got two sizes of plug cutter. Oh, the other one's in the drawer. If you can see one there, look. That's my 8mm plug cutter. And this is a 12mm cutter. They're very nice cutters. They're the cutters that I've got, so, you know. But they work well. I like them a lot. I'm fairly confident. I used to have a 10mm plug cutter as well, but I can't find it. But anyhow, I've got an 8 and a 12. Very nice plug cutters. So I cut the 8mm plugs for that tow rail that we've just seen. And I cut 12mm plugs for on here. So that's the 12mm plugs. Plug in those screws. And if I flip this over, simply flip it over, it's got a fair bit of weight about it actually. Yeah, there we go. You'll see where the screws come through, bolting that rail together. To put those in, and then masked up, painted the underside, the panel underside, varnished the inside, and on the lazarette hatch here, I'm going to squeeze through, on the lazarette hatch here, same thing, painted the panel on the inside, varnished underneath. But before I varnished it, I tried it in position and planed, and unfortunately I didn't film me planing it, but I planed a curve on the fore and aft frames so that it sits nicely onto that lazarette frame. And that's it for this week. Big thank you for watching. Give us your thumbs up. I think it probably helps you know, get these videos out to a wider audience, and even better, please hit that lovely subscribe button down there, and the bell, which I think if you hit the bell will give you a notification every time I stick something new up. So I shall repeat, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time for some more boat building. Bye.
By the sun, head thrown back, taking it in, a new day has begun. Still going steady, she was stopped by no one. Determined strides as the day got brighter.